Somewhere out there right now, something is being born that doesn't know what it is yet. A spark on a wet rock, an unremarkable star, nothing special about it, just one of about 200 billion in this galaxy alone. It's about to take its first step on a ladder it can't see the top of. Nobody can, that's kind of the point. In 1964, a Soviet astronomer named Nikolai Kardashev sat down and tried to sort every possible civilization in the universe into categories, based on one simple thing: how much energy they could get their hands on. We call it the Kardashev Scale. Tonight we're climbing all of it, even the parts Kardashev never wrote down. A species figures out how to split an atom, wires its whole planet for light, can whisper across an ocean and be heard on the other side in under a second. That's roughly where we are. A Type I civilization has learned to harness all the energy hitting and sitting on its home planet: sunlight, wind, the heat trapped in the rock under its feet. Carl Sagan actually ran the math on this back in the 70s and put humanity at around 0.7. Close. Annoyingly close. We're still digging up sunlight that fell on ferns 300 million years ago instead of just catching the sunlight falling on us this afternoon. A true Type I has no energy crisis. Weather gets nudged, not fought. Earthquakes get predicted down to the hour. Hunger is a word your grandkids look up. Here's the part that should keep you up at night, though. A Type I civilization is still one rock around one star, one asteroid, one supervolcano having a bad century, one war that gets a little too creative, and that's it. Game over, no rematch. So every civilization that survives this stage learns the same hard lesson eventually. You don't get to stay a child of one world forever. A few thousand years go by, which, honestly, isn't that long, and the descendants of the species that once went to war over oil are now arguing about which moon gets terraformed first. A Type II civilization has outgrown its planet completely. It runs on the output of its entire star, not a sliver of sunlight scattered across a hemisphere, the whole furnace. Physicist Freeman Dyson floated an idea for this back in 1960. Build a shell or a swarm of collectors around a star and capture essentially all of its output. We now call it a Dyson swarm, enough energy to run trillions of lives without blinking. The question stops being, do we have enough power, and starts being, what do we even do with this much? They terraform worlds that used to be dead. They build habitats strung around their sun like beads on a wire. Somewhere in there, a kid is born who will never once see a natural sky, only the inside of something built bigger than a country. But even a star burns out eventually. Tie your fate to one sun and you've just picked a slower way to repeat chapter 1's mistake. So the ambitious ones, there are always ambitious ones, start looking past their own star, out toward all those other lights. This is the last rung Kardashev himself actually wrote down. Everything after this is other people filling in the blanks. A Type III civilization commands the energy of an entire galaxy. Hundreds of billions of stars harvested and networked. Honestly, civilization might be the wrong word by this point. There's no longer a single homeworld, a single capital, maybe not even a single shared now, since at galactic distances, even light needs 100,000 years just to cross from one side to the other. Here's a fact that genuinely surprised me. Astronomers have actually gone looking for these. A few papers from the 2010s scanned infrared data for galaxies that looked unnaturally dim, the theory being that a Type III might capture so much starlight for its own use that the galaxy itself would look strangely darkened from the outside. They found nothing, not one candidate held up. Which means either nobody in our observable universe has climbed this high yet, or somebody up there got very good at not being seen. Past Type III, we leave Kardashev's actual paper behind. Later physicists and sci-fi writers, guys like Michio Kaku, mostly kept the latter going, half as serious science, half as a thought experiment nobody could resist finishing. A Type IV civilization in this extended version commands the energy of an entire universe. Every galaxy, every void, every thread of dark matter holding it all loosely together. I'll be honest, this is where it stops making intuitive sense to me. What does it even mean to control a universe? Maybe it's not about traveling between galaxies at all, maybe it's about manipulating the thing that connects them in the first place. Spacetime treated less like a fixed stage and more like wet clay. At this point, physics isn't a wall anymore, it's a dialect. Gravity, the speed of light, entropy, the rules we treat as sacred might just be the local grammar of one particular universe. A grammar this civilization has learned to speak fluently, maybe even edit. Sounds like the realm of gods, doesn't it? Functionally, that's exactly what it is. If Type IV owns one universe, Type V owns the set. This is where the latter quietly stops being physics and starts being philosophy, and where most physicists, if you're being fair to them, would tap out of the conversation entirely. A Type V civilization has found a way to move between universes, different physical constants, different histories, maybe infinite branching timelines, all of it within reach. They're not stuck obeying one rulebook. In one universe, they might be harvesting starlight like everyone before them. In the next one over, where stars never formed at all, they might be harvesting something we don't even have a word for, because nothing in our universe required us to invent one. To us, a Type I species arguing over the last barrel of oil, this isn't advanced. It's indistinguishable from infinity. At some point, the scale stops asking, how much energy do you control, and starts asking something stranger. What if energy was never the real ceiling? A Type VI civilization is theorized, and I want to stress theorized, to have mastery not just over space and parallel universes but over time itself. Past, present, future, not a one-way river anymore but a place you can simply walk to. Could they rewrite their own history, visit the moment they were born, exist in 5 different centuries on a Tuesday? Nobody can answer that with a straight face. Even the physicists who entertain this idea usually frame it less as a prediction and more as a placeholder, a way of saying, we don't know what comes next, but if intelligence keeps climbing, it probably looks something like this. And then Type VII, the theoretical ceiling, the point where the map just runs out of ink. Some thinkers describe this as a civilization that has stepped outside the multiverse entirely, not visiting universes anymore but authoring them, writing the physical laws that every civilization below them spends its entire existence trying to merely understand. A Type I species discovers fire. A Type VII species might just be the fire. Is any of this real? Could it ever be? Nobody knows. Past this point, we've left science behind and we're just standing at the edge of human imagination, shouting into the dark to see how far the echo travels. And then you come back here, barely Type I, a flickering candle in a universe lit by stars we haven't even reached yet. Maybe that's the actual point of this whole scale, not how small it makes us feel, how much room it leaves to grow. Every civilization on every rung of this ladder, if any of them exist at all, started out exactly where we're standing right now, looking up, not sure if the climb was even possible. So here's the only question that's actually ours to answer. What's our next step?